Rolling.
Hello, I'm Maggie, and this is Violetta, and I'm going to be interviewing her for Intro to Entrepreneurship. So briefly describe your business.
Name of my business is Tours of Tallahassee, and it says like on the name that I offer tours of Tallahassee for customers who want to come over and visit town. My tours are from 3 to 5 days, but I also customize tours for anybody who would like to come over here for more than one night.
Oh, very cool. So what made you decide to open your own business? What was your inspiration for opening Tours of Tallahassee?
I've been in travel business for about 17 years plus, and one of the customers from Summerfield, Central Florida, contacted me a few years ago to put a tour of Tallahassee for a group of his people who belong to his club. And about 4 months later, he told me he liked what I offer and that I was competing with another company who wasn't local. And so the first tour of Tallahassee began, but I had a different name, and was the beginning of the business.
Oh, very cool. And how much time and planning did it take to go into opening a business?
From an idea until the business was ready to be sort of like open and existing was close to a year. From putting the trips together to be interesting, making sure that whatever I have in plans is gonna be available for them. Because in my tours they have everything included in one price. They have sightseeing, tour guide, and they have all meals included, and of course
that's really convenient.
Yeah. So it was about a year from the time that I started until the website was ready, all the tours were prepared, and links to the Facebook and Twitter was there. So.
And how did you decide the legal business structure?
I had my walk-in business before as a travel agency, as a corporation, but for me, after legal advice, I decided to go with LLC. So this is the way, it's more like protecting me, and I knew I wouldn't have employees at least for some time, that I will be hiring contract people for doing some work for me. That was the best choice for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so contracting out puts a lot of stress off of you and helps you like network too.
Yeah, so there was more like a legal advisor gave me that advice.
Oh, okay. And where's the location of your business?
Because I want to be available for my customers almost all the time, 24/7 if they need me. I did it from my house, so that's where my business is. I have my office in my house, and that's where I operate from. So my phone is really my biggest friend, and of course the computer and the laptop. So it's in my home.
And so how much capital did it take to start Tours of Tallahassee?
I calculated from the beginning until the end was about $10,000, and it include beginning of the advertising too. So there was about this amount of money. Of course, it didn't include my time that I put it into it.
And were there any licensing requirements that you had to go through while putting this together?
Yes, state of Florida requires for everybody who offers travel and tours to have a seller of travel certificate. This requires you to have a bond or guarantee financially guarantee that you will be able to pay if you take certain amount of money from your clients. So this was a little bit challenging, but yeah, so there is a requirement for to sell a tours and travel certificate of travel, and you have to renew once a year.
Okay. And how many employees are currently working for you?
I don't have any employees, so if I have a tour, when I have a tour, I hire people to do different things for me, and I pay them per job.
Oh, okay, but based on commission?
That's correct.
Okay. And how do you advertise and promote your business?
My biggest, I guess, promoter right now is Visit Tallahassee. Currently, the new magazine, the yearly magazine came up, and we have first time I have an ad in the Visit Tallahassee magazine. And this is the ad that I have. I'm right next to the person that I hire, actually, is my tour guide.
Oh, okay.
So, Visit Tallahassee, and also I have brochures in the Air Center that is located in downtown Tallahassee. So if somebody calls them to get information, they get this magazine, and they get also some brochures, and this is one of the other brochure that it's available there for distribution to be mailed in for the customers if they call in, and there are people calling from Florida, different states, so they get this piece of advertisement. And I recently started to also offer educational field trips for kids, well, students, and I had trade show that I went to in Pensacola to meet teachers that bring high school teachers. So there was another promotional material that we developed in here. So those were so far the ways to advertise. Plus, I'm a member of local chamber, and we go for the leads groups and some breakfast meetings, and that's another way for me to advertise the business.
And I heard you mention earlier, did you say you had a website?
That's correct. I have a website, was developed by a local person in Tallahassee who designs the websites. I had a few companies that I reached out, and out of the companies, he seems to be the most, the best fit for me. So yeah, we do have a website. We have Twitter and a Facebook account that it's linked from the website to that.
And you advertise through that too, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, we try to advertise this way too. Plus also, Visit Tallahassee, they have a link to my website from their site, and I'm also thinking about joining Visit Florida to have a link to my site from their site too. So that's another step.
That's convenient. And what are some of the day-to-day activities that you have to do, or what you have to do to prepare when someone's coming in for a tour?
So generally my work is more like up and down. So if the tour is, if somebody requests a special tour that it's not available on my website, they wanted something special exactly for that, group of people, then I have to put proposal. So this can be a little time consuming to make sure that the dates they want to come over are available, the bus is available, all the places they want to see, and the restaurants too. Hopefully this is not during the football season, because I said that if you do want to do it, that's impossible to have a hotel.
Yeah, and expensive. I imagine the prices go up during football
Crazy
weekends.
Plus, you cannot really sightseeing any place because it's too crowded.
It's so packed here in game day weekends.
Yes. So if the tour is being, if I design the tour, that it can be pretty hectic. But other of that, my everyday, it's really maintain the Facebook, Twitter. Put some new information on my website, and make sure that when all the paperwork is ready when the tour comes over. So if they pay in full, I need to make sure everybody is paid for, and then make the roaming list, those kind of things before the tour comes over. And when they come over, it's a little bit extra work from morning till evening.
Yeah, let's say then what normal day-to-day activities would be when you're not having a tour.
That is correct, yes.
And what's your best experience been so far through your business?
The best one was when my first tour came over. There was a group of 50 people. We met them in FSU Stadium. They arrived around 12 noon for lunch. The lunch was amazing. We had one of the students from FSU. There was student was there, I believe, first or second year in FSU. And after they finished amazing lunch, it was in a separate area just for them. The student came over, and they were asking questions and answers. There was about a good 20 minutes of really nice interaction. So after 3 nights for them to be here in Tallahassee, so they were touring every day, very intense, plus evening, happy hour and dinner, all together. When they were going home, there was really nice experience because they were so happy. There was no unhappy person on the bus, which out of 50 people, it's very unusual to have everybody being really satisfied from the tour.
Yeah, that's an awesome feeling to go home knowing that you've fulfilled everyone's day.
That is very true.
And what are the future plans for your business?
So I'm trying to really focus also on bringing educational field trips. So I'm trying to advertise that, plus also corporate travel. There are many people coming over to Tallahassee, maybe not a huge groups, but groups of 15 or so for different reasons. People to do certain businesses, and sometimes they are busy half of the day, and the company doesn't have anything for them to do. So I'm trying to also show that on the corporate level I can take care about the group, keep them busy and entertained with different activities during the daytime and show them our town.
That's awesome. And I know you said that you work from home primarily, so has having your own business affected your family at all in good or bad ways?
The good thing is I'm here, almost available almost all the time. The bad thing is that if I'm on the tour, that I'm not home all day long from morning till evening.
Oh yeah.
But the good thing is also I can pick up the phone and answer the phone, and customer doesn't know I'm in my pajamas. So that's a huge plus for
sure.
sure.
It's awesome to be able to work from home and not have to dress up and go to an office every day.
That is very true. When I meet the customer, it's a different story. But
And so, what would be the best advice that you could give to someone that's just starting out in business?
See your competition. I realize there is no company that offers tours of Tallahassee. So if there would be one, I will have to see what I can promote, what I can bring to the customer that the other person or the other company does not. So see what you can offer, something different, what you can be different from anybody else, and research why they would buy from you and not from somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely want to be able to stand out from everyone else in the business and offer people new and exciting things.
That's true. You have to, otherwise you will not be the one that they would choose. So.
And is there anything else that you would like to tell me about just owning a small business in general?
It's a great experience. It's definitely challenging because you are your own boss. So if you don't do something, you can only blame yourself. If you mess up something, you can yell at yourself at the mirror. But definitely, if somebody in the future would want to do something on their own, if you want to try, you won't know, and you can really succeed. And you know what? If you're enjoying it, why not to do it?
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for letting me.
Thank you. I appreciate it too. Enjoy it for sure.